The Mikhail-Gurevich MiG-21 was a Soviet-designed supersonic interceptor that became one of the most iconic and widely used jet fighters of the Cold War, and its employment during the Vietnam War represents one of the most studied examples of asymmetric air combat between technologically advanced and more austere systems. Entering service in the late 1950s, the MiG-21 was built around a philosophy of simplicity, speed, and climb performance, featuring a distinctive delta wing, a single Tumansky R-11 and later R-13 turbojet engine, and a lightweight airframe optimized for rapid interception rather than long-range patrol. Capable of exceeding Mach 2 at altitude, the aircraft offered excellent acceleration and a high rate of climb, allowing it to quickly reach incoming strike formations. However, its internal fuel capacity was limited, which significantly constrained endurance and required carefully timed engagements directed by ground controllers. In North Vietnamese service, the MiG-21 was integrated into a dense and highly coordinated air defense network, combining radar stations, ground-controlled interception (GCI), SA-2 guideline surface-to-air missiles, and anti-aircraft artillery, with fighter sorties carefully vectored to maximize surprise and minimize exposure. In terms of armament, early MiG-21F and MiG-21PF variants were equipped primarily with short-range infrared-guided K-13 or AIA-2 Atoll, Soviet copy of the American AIM-9B Sidewinder, typically carried in pairs under the wings. Some early interceptor versions notably lacked an internal cannon, reflecting the prevailing missile-centric doctrine of the late 1950s and early 1960s, which assumed that future air combat would occur at high speeds and beyond visual range. This assumption proved flawed in Vietnam, where restrictive U.S. rules of engagement required visual identification before firing, often forcing engagements into close-range maneuvering fights. Later variants, such as the MiG-21MF and those equipped with GP-9 gun pods or internal GSH-23 cannons, partially addressed this limitation by restoring gun capability, significantly improving lethality in dogfights. The MiG-21 could also carry radar-guided R-3R missiles in some versions, though North Vietnamese use focused primarily on infrared weapons due to operational simplicity and reliability considerations. Compared to U.S. fighters, the MiG-21's weapons suite was simpler but effective within its tactical doctrine of rapid attack and disengagement. The principal adversaries were the F-4 Phantom II, the F-105 Thunderchief, and the F-8 Crusader. The F-4 Phantom II was larger, twin-engined, and equipped with powerful radar systems such as the AN-PQ-72 and later variants, enabling beyond visual range missile employment with AIM-7 Sparrow semi-active radar-guided missiles, in addition to AIM-9 Sidewinders. However, early F-4 models also lacked an internal cannon, a deficiency that mirrored the MiG-21's early configuration and became a significant handicap in close combat until the introduction of the F-4E with its internal M61 Vulcan 20mm rotary cannon. The F-4 possessed superior radar, payload capacity, and range, allowing it to escort bombers and conduct multi-role missions, but it was heavier and less agile in sustained turning engagements compared to the smaller MiG-21. The F-105 Thunderchief, primarily a strike aircraft, was optimized for high-speed, low-altitude bombing rather than air superiority, and although it could defend itself with missiles and a 20mm cannon, it was generally at a disadvantage against dedicated interceptors like the MiG-21. The F-8 Crusader, operated by the U.S. Navy, was more maneuverable and retained 4 20mm cannons alongside sidewinders, making it one of the more dangerous opponents in visual dogfights. In combat over North Vietnam, MiG-21 tactics emphasized speed, surprise, and strict discipline. Pilots were vectored by ground radar to intercept American formations, often attacking from above or from the rear quarter, launching 1 or 2 missiles and then disengaging at high speed before American escorts could mount a coordinated response. The MiG-21's small physical size reduced visual detectability, and its high thrust-to-weight ratio provided rapid acceleration. While it did not excel in sustained low-speed turning compared to some contemporaries, it was highly effective in high-speed slashing attacks. American forces initially underestimated these tactics, and combined with missile reliability issues on both sides, early AIM-7 and AIM-9 missiles suffered from low success rates. The air war became more balanced than expected. The experience of facing agile MiG-21s contributed directly to major changes in U.S. training doctrine, including the establishment of the Navy's Top Gun program and the Air Force's Red Flag exercises, emphasizing realistic air combat maneuvering and dissimilar air combat training against aircraft simulating Soviet fighters. Although kill ratios remain debated due to conflicting claims, it is clear that the MiG-21 played a crucial defensive role, imposing attrition and forcing tactical adaptation by a technologically superior opponent. Its performance demonstrated that a relatively simple, lightweight interceptor, when integrated into a sophisticated air defense network and flown with disciplined tactics, could effectively challenge advanced multi-role fighters. In the broader Cold War context, the MiG-21's service in Vietnam solidified its reputation as a capable and resilient combat aircraft, illustrating that in air warfare, doctrine, coordination, and pilot training are often as decisive as technological complexity.